Hey everybody, welcome back to the Download Queue. I'm your host, Kyle the Do, joined by, as always, Jocko, our producer, the guy pressing buttons, and our other host. But this week, we're not going to talk too much because we got a special guest, another one joining us, and that's Dan from The Dan Good Show. Hello, Dan. How are you?
Hi, I'm so good. Thank you guys for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining us. It is really cool. We're trying to branch out and get more guests, and you're part of the slew of that. So welcome. Thank you. I came across you, fellow kind of funny best friend. That's the wide net there. But you've been posting some monthly game stuff, um, reviews. So I've been watching you a little bit about. Really, really cool.
Thank you.
But I want to talk about specifically. Let's bring it up. If you can go to the link, you posted a video called Reviewing the Dan Good Show in 2025. Going on with that, can you tell us a little bit about yourself first? Who are you? Where does the Dan Good Show come from?
Why am I on the screen? So I'm Dan. I've been the Dan Good Show is a channel that I had wanted to work on for years that I just like always talked myself out of, just kind of like a little bit of doubt always creeping in. Like you said, I've been a long time kind of funny best friend, probably 7 or 8 years, something like that. So I always think what they do is amazing. It's certainly an inspiration for me going into this. Lifelong gamer as well. But initially always wanted to stream. That was like part of it, but I always wanted to review games too. I'm very ingrained in video game media, and I've just like always thought that would just be like the coolest thing in the world to have my hands on a game before a release to be able to talk about it. So I've had a really nice stretch of that with the last year or so. I think I got my first ever review code in June last year. But I'm on my 12th or 13th review now since then, which is amazing. So exciting. And then in addition to that, I make a series on YouTube called Games to Watch. It's like a monthly video game release calendar. And that was something when I was first making the channel, when I wanted to figure out outside of streaming, like what did I want to do? What did I want to say? And the first thing that came to mind is like, what do I as a gamer look for? It's what video game is coming out next. So it just kind of spurred that series on, and it opens me up to like so many new games. Like I was previously, and it still am AAA focused, but it opens me up to so many more games that I would have never heard of had I not been working on the series. And that leads to reviews for games that I would have never heard of before if I had not made the channel. So it's been a super good outlet for me. But outside of that stuff, I love basketball. I'm a huge NBA fan, a WWE fan, anime, all kinds of nerdy stuff. So that's a little about me, a little bit about the Dan Good Show.
I love it. Yeah, I can echo. We're small. We've gotten really small. I've gotten some indie code reviews, but I would never have played And Roger if we weren't doing this podcast.
Oh, did you get to review it?
Funny talk. Yeah, we talked and like did a little review. Loved it. Phenomenal game. Yeah. Oh my gosh, sobbed in the best way. Just cathartic and just I loved it. But that's not something I would have touched at all without this. And then it's like, damn, like I gotta keep doing this stuff. So it's a great little hobby to discover more stuff too, as well as show other things off.
Yeah. And Roger is one that I picked up on the Steam Winter Sale, so it's in my library, but I haven't picked it up. I put time into it, but I need to because it's super short.
Yeah, it's like 3-4 hours at most, I think. I did it all in one night, right after beating Citizen Sleeper 2. So that was
nice.
One or reverse, either way. I did it in the same night, and it's emotional, cathartic night. But highly recommend it. Very, very good game. Very good. So talking about your monthly games to watch, I found some really good tidbits in there. You touched on it a little bit. What are some of the categories that you go through to include games in that list? What makes it what game worthwhile?
What makes a game to watch?
Yeah. What makes the game a game to watch?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think where I start, so I like I said, I try to have a good mix. I try to not just make it so like the game I'm looking forward to the most this month is Resident Evil 9. Like that's an easy, layup, but like I try to make sure that there are things in there that somebody may not necessarily have heard about. So like there's one that I threw in there that people might know, but I feel like it's more niche, called Demon Tides, which is a 3D platformer with just like a killer style. It just looks like the focus is on platforming in a way that it's not for other games, like a Super Mario or like a Banjo-Kazooie or something like that, where it's like it is a 3D platformer, but like the point is like collectibles and like fighting and stuff like that, where I don't know, something about that game just like really caught my eye. So I pull up half a dozen different websites and try to find, make sure that that I haven't missed a game, what all the releases are coming out this month. So I try to have a nice blend of like AAA, indie, anything in between. I also will then try to make sure that it's a game that's multi-platform, so that it's as accessible to people as possible. Because I hate, every once in a while it will happen where I put a game out and I'll get a comment like, is this on, Xbox? Is this on PlayStation? I gotta be like, no, it's this only. So it's a little bit of everything, but definitely an emphasis on being accessible to as many people as possible, because it's tough with indie games sometimes, because it's most commonly to be on Steam. But
yeah, for sure.
I try to put things in there that you're looking for, and then maybe some things that that I've been doing this for as long as I have, like rewiring my AAA brain. It's like, oh, if something caught my eye, maybe it might catch somebody else's eye that has the same mindset. So yeah,
love that. Yeah, balancing it out, getting the right cadence of games. I like that you're highlighting not getting the platform specific, that you can sure miss out on some stuff, but it opens you up to be more branch to throw out a wider net to find those other games, and it seems like you're doing that. I love that. I love watching it every month. It's just something I put on. I'm like,
oh, thank you.
I know that game. Like, I'm looking forward to that too. And it's awesome. Like I said, it's a really strong, diverse curation of games.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Jocko, I don't want to just talk. If you have any questions for our guest,
I'm fine listening. It's late. I just had it's the time of year. You guys may relate. Every 2 years, you get super into sports because the Olympics. I also had a super hardcore session watching Skeleton for the past hour. So my mind is in the Olympics, No,
I watched so much Olympics.
Thanks again for joining us. I mean, from the start,
of course,
it was funny coming into this because Kyle was talking about bringing you on, and before that process started, we mutually followed each other on TikTok and other socials. I'm like, did you message him yet? And he's like, have not. That's just coincidence for the fact. I'm like, perfect. It's going to go good then.
Yeah. No, I know that Kyle's account at least has come up, and forgive me, Jocko, I don't know that we're connected on socials or not. Unless it's just the download queue.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Cause I know I started to see that come in, but then I started crossing that. So then, when Kyle shoot me an email, I was like, oh, I recognize that name. Sweet.
Works out good. Also, do not know if Kind of Funny Best Friend. Good to hear. More positivity, people in the ecosystem, which is
always good people
right now. Yeah.
Yep.
I was ready for a good show. A lot of stuff happening this week. Happy that we have people here to talk about it with. Celebrate what's
great week for me to be on.
Yeah.
Great week.
PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, well, we're going to be obviously talking to Dan throughout the show, but please go check out his content. He'll plug it at the end again. It's some great stuff, some great reviews. Go check him out, especially the Suda 51 one. That one just came out. Go check it out. But let's talk some news now, right? Get into the news.
Do it.
Let's start with let's just get it out of the way, right? Highguard, the game that came out, former Titanfall devs, former Apex Legend, right? We played it over here. I uninstalled it that same night we first played it. It just it didn't catch my attention. I know Jocko and friends at United We Nerd, they played a little more. They tried the 5v5, I think. But they were hit with layoffs. Most of the team is gone now. They just have a team to keep it running and updating. Super sad. It's is it the path of Concord again? No, the game's still live, but it's just another trend happening where the game comes out, it gets shit on negatively with reviews. Are those true? Are those not? They have a plan that's coming out. Is there enough content? But layoffs, right? The company, the money isn't there. So developers get laid off. It sucks. It's sad. I know we talk about it. So, Jocko, do you have anything to say before we throw it over to Dan?
Yeah, no, it's going into this year, my mind is in full on optimistic mode right now. Like, I am having bad thoughts for the year in the industry, how things are going. I still am hopping in every other day or so, playing a round or two. I'm still really enjoying my time with that game. It sucks seeing the year-long roadmap they had out at day one. Probably not going to happen right now. And what that means for the studio themselves, because they had other games in development. They openly said they were working on other stuff. Highguard wasn't it. Like, this was going to be a multi-step process for them for a new studio coming out. It just sucks. Like, every time this happens, you can only have so many layoffs and people starting so many new studios where there's just too much happening. There's not enough people playing games to invest time and money into these, and we're rapidly reaching a point where that is about to explode, I feel, in the worst way possible. Because even looking at the successes, they did Apex. Apex, not in a great spot. Mobile Apex shut down within like a year or two after it launched. Like, you could be successful and be at the top, and then in 6 months' time, no one cares because you're not the new hotness. You're not what streamers are doing. You're not whatever the new it thing is. Like, it's just a bad place to be. I feel for the team. I feel for everyone there. And, like, yeah, the Game Awards thing is a whole other conversation around it of what that caused and expectations, but it sucks. While it's up, if you have not, give it a try. Free to play, like, it is a solid time. It's not, again, the sweaty military shooter that is big, but it's a fun, casual hop in, have a few laughs type game. Like, it's a solid experience, and I will enjoy it while I can. And when they announce that closure date of the servers, I'll be there getting my achievements like I did Rectify it.
That's you and these multiplayer games. Dan, what is your experience? Did you play any Highguard, and what are your thoughts so far on these?
Man, I'm a sucker for doomed multiplayer games too. I was like one of those 25,000 people that played Concord and got the refund email, and I loved that game. It really broke my heart that they pulled that game like 10 days in. I so enjoyed it. I don't feel that high on Highguard. I did not go back once they did the 5v5 mode, but I did stream it once with my family. And I did enjoy it. There were immediately things that I wanted to see. And actually, Kyle, I think you and I talked about it on Threads, maybe. Yeah. But that map is just too big for a 3v3. And I'm glad they caught that quick and did a 5v5. But I really believe it needs to have more teams. And having 2 teams is okay, I think, for matchmaking, which I guess if they were worried about low player counts, I could see that being the fix. But you really needed like 3 teams, 4 teams to fill that map out, and to have even like League of Legends, like minion enemies in there. It's such an empty game to roll out like that, to just do a 3v3. It's just kind of strange. But again, with the 5v5, like, I love how dynamic they are off the rip. They're like, okay, this didn't work. Like, let's respond. It was supposed to be a limited time mode, and half the player base was playing 5v5. So like, just kidding, it's a full-time mode now. So like, I would hope that would earn some goodwill with that team, but also don't know what their expectations were on player counts. Because Jocko, you mentioned the Game Awards. Like, you're not, even though unfortunately it was received negatively, they had like 100,000 people play it on launch. Like, they weren't going to get that with a shadow drop, even with that Apex Titanfall cachet. Like, I just don't think that game advertises very well. It's like a game that requires you to play it, and I don't think a shadow drop really would have helped it either. So it's like, if we're 2 weeks in and you're doing layoffs, like, what were your player expectations? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, well, especially for a free-to-play game, I think I'm not a business guy, but when you think about it, it's like, how much money did you expect people to drop on cosmetics in this
right?
Or was it kind of part of the plan that you were going to downsize because the game's made, right? Because that's true. That's a a negative executive thought there more so, but unfortunately wouldn't put it past them at this point, right?
Yeah.
So it's just
and the first battle pass was free too, so you already took the money element out. They gave everyone the battle pass for free. Yeah. So I mean, also not a business guy, but I don't know. Math's not mathing. Like, I just don't know what they were. I don't know what they were expecting. I only hope the best for them. Like I said, like Jocko, I'm a sucker for multiplayer games that seem like they're doomed. But it's tough.
It's a weird thing to try to narrow down like why it failed, because that could be a whole thing. But like you mentioned the marketability of it, and I look at Highguard, yeah, sure, cartoony, could be generic, whatever you want to call it. But then I look at something like Arc Raiders, which blew up last year. It was a $40 buy-in. That going in, I feel a lot of people are kind of, is this going to land? Is this what people want right now? And then proceeded to blow up. When to me, looking at Arc Raiders, that looks like a more generic, not military, but that sort of pathway type game. And people latched onto it. So it's a weird thing of what's going to land, what are people feeling right now, time or place. If this came out 6 months from now, would that have made a difference? Like there's so many factors in. They spent thousands of dollars in testing, but
I think I saw this somewhere, a podcast. I don't know where. I know it's not my own thought here, but right now games, if your game isn't cool, people aren't going to play it and you're not going to find life. And I don't think Concord was cool. People made the character models and such, even though they're just, sure, they're diverse and they're various people. Cool. They could have been better, but it wasn't, they were blown up. Like they got blown out of proportion there.
My yellow vacuum boy was cool, Kyle.
I loved him.
Amen.
He was my favorite.
Preach.
Yeah, we loved the beta. We didn't buy into it. We read the writing on the wall, but we played a lot of the beta of Concord. But
I was still willing to ride it out with me and 25,000 people, but PlayStation was not.
Finances were different. I would have been riding with you. Yeah. But I was like, I can't. Not this week. I can't. I'll buy it next week.
Yeah. Of course.
But anyways, it's if your game isn't cool, you're not going to get traction. You're going to fall off eventually. And I think we saw Marathon do that with Arc. It wasn't cool. Arc became the cool thing, and that's what took it off. And it was just cool to play that. It was cool to joke around and find people in the prox chat and such. So is Highguard cool still? I'm not sure, but the response to add the 5v5 to make it permanent, the way they're talking on socials, that's what you need to do. So it's not over for them. It is a pull the ripcord to hopefully save yourself, dump out some of the cargo in the back. I hate using that when we're talking about layoffs. They're not cargo, they're people.
Yeah, of course.
But lessen the load a little bit so you can keep the truck moving. And it's like, maybe, have some foresight. But we'll see. We'll see for Highguard. Hopefully the whole studio doesn't get shut down in the end, because that would be worse. But hate to see what we're seeing.
That just makes gamers not give new stuff a chance. Where if we continue to see stuff like this, if there's new studios and the momentum is everything, like you said, with if it presents cool is kind of like all that matters initially, especially in the multiplayer space specifically. It's just, you never want to see these teams blow up, but also if it keeps happening, it's gonna reinforce this really bad online behavior of dogpiling something has a real ramification to it. We're seeing that even with Concord, it was a $40 game, but with this, it's free, and it feels like Concord too, just in terms of the reaction and then the swift action on the developers, and it just it really reinforces really dark parts of the internet. That's very concerning.
When it's part of, I've seen a lot of it today actually with based off streamer culture, and a lot of people have been targeting Burt Peanut because he got to do Marathon early, and literally looking through the comments on TikTok, it's like people are waiting to learn if he liked it or not, so if they should like it or not. People are taking that word of mouth so literally with content creators, with streamers, more so than review sites even, where it's like, if this person I pledge monthly payments to and Patreon and all this, if they say it's good, then I'm in. If not, we're out. And that's 20, 30, 40, 50,000 people for each one of those.
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, you can't manage that. And if you do question it, if Peanut comes out and says it's a fun time, people are like, oh, you can tell he's saying it because it was a marketing thing. Like,
Yeah,
no,
for
maybe he
sure.
just actually
Like, oh,
liked
did you
it.
get paid to say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I was watching him last night. I love that they paid him to do that. Great job, Bungie. Good job getting Burt Peanut, because also it doesn't matter. You can play other games because they're innately different. And he said what his post about it was, that marathon is so much snappier. Arc, you're sitting down for 14 seconds and then you finally die. Arc, marathon is quick. It's different. They're different. I'm so ready for marathon. Sorry, I'm gonna reel it in. I'm ready to talk marathon. I've been playing the classic marathon, man.
Oh,
Durandal. Man, dude, Durandal, man.
I'm not a knower on the original
three
marathon.
people who know what that means.
I know, and they know, man. They know. Thanks, Jake. The all right. Check him out on YouTube. But yeah, I think to wrap up, I guess the Highguard, right? We kind of lost it there. Yeah, we'll see. I hope for the best. Shout out to the developers. That's what sucks. If this keeps happening, it keeps going. The problem is executives greenlighting shit that doesn't have enough financial runway, right? It's like, maybe that's the issue. What are we doing? It's check out Alana Pierce. She has a great AI video about where all the money is going and how we're seeing in the game industry is because of that. All the money went into gaming and pandemic, and now it's flooding into AI. So there's less money in games, and this is the ramifications of it. Very, very educational. Yeah, love her. Great stuff there. Very just like, it's just an Ouroboros, it's NVIDIA is giving money to them and they're giving money back to NVIDIA. And we don't get cool games.
TLDR.
Yeah. Yep. But let's move on to some happier news, hopefully, and talk about the PlayStation State of Play. I'm going to be going on just on the PlayStation blog post. So this isn't in order of what the showcase had. They put it in alphabetical order there. So I couldn't find a in-show order list, which was funny.
I was writing stuff down on my phone, actually. I'll pull my notes up while you're going and see.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I'll be on the same page.
Cool. Yeah, I thought the overall state of play, let's talk overall real quick, because I think you posted, Dan, that this was like an E3 level showcase style thing. And Jocko, you had some thoughts in the Discord too. So let's start with you, Dan. What was your overall thoughts of this PlayStation State of Play, the first in 2026?
I mean, it's to me, this State of Play was so good that the showcase title has to go away. And I don't know if that was the plan. I feel like a State of Play has never been of this caliber. And I know it wasn't a ton of like first party stuff, and maybe that's what they would hold a showcase for. But to me, I think you just combine the branding. If a State of Play is going to be this, so there's been some duds of State of Plays in years prior, and that whole time I was just locked onto my TV. The only time I stepped away from it was to write notes about what was on my TV. Like, it was just, I thought it was incredible.
Yeah, I think it was a very, very good showcase pacing wise. A lot of it wasn't for me, so it's hard to it's hard to take the bias out, because a lot of it just didn't interest me. So I did get bored halfway through, but it's hard to say it wasn't paced well. They had a good showing. I'm not a PlayStation guy. I didn't grow up with that. So that's part of it. The Konami thing was very impressive. Just Konami game after Konami game.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cool.
They're back, baby.
Yeah, but I do agree. Like, I don't think we get showcases. I think PlayStation showcase would be, here is us showcasing the next generation of PlayStation. This is our PlayStation showcase, right? And these State of Plays are what's in between, and they are bigger, smaller, and I like that. They're different from they're similar to what Nintendo does with their directs, but different than what Xbox is doing. They're still more the traditional, like, bigger moment thing. So yeah, I
love
like
Xbox's Dev Directs too.
Fantastic.
I feel like the State of Play took some hints from Dev Directs, because I feel like PlayStation's been missing some character in their State of Plays and their showcases, and that's something that really speaks to me with those Xbox Dev Directs, like the production on those and the love that they give to the creators. I feel like Sony's been watching those, and taking some notes. I feel like I think that elevated the State of Play too.
You're right. We did hear from more game directors, game developers across the board in this state of play. That's a good call out. Diego or Jocko, what are your overall thoughts?
Yeah, I'm similar to you. A lot of stuff overall wasn't for me, but in a wider net, a lot of the stuff shown for a general audience, I'm curious to see how it lands. Like for people in the know, people ready for a showcase. Hell yeah, we're up to date on things. I feel it was solid. Across the board, great things. Castlevania's back. Konami's killing it. Like there was major stuff there, but for average consumers that are your Call of Duty people, my resident at work who's that's with Resident Evil, only thing he cares about, he'll be there for 9 this month. Like that's all he wants. I was trying to think of things. So I was like, hey, there's this thing, maybe watch it if you have time, whatever. And I went in today and I was like, he asked me about it. And I didn't really know what to show him that would get him on board outside of Control, which even that he was kind of like on. So like,
oh, man.
Yeah, very picky. This man's platinumed Resident Evil 4 like 10 times. It's wild.
Okay.
Okay. Like has his niche, but like
sure.
I feel like there's a decent people, or a lot of the stuff is weird. That I'm, how does that do now? First one, great time. Eventually became a multi-platform release, but now being a PlayStation product exclusive, partially PC too, with infinitely bigger budget from what it looks like across the board, graphics, world size, gameplay, music. Like, does that make it back? How safe are they with sales wise? Beast of Reincarnation, seen enough of that. We're good. Same thing with Resident Evil 9 and Pragmata. I feel like that's just kind of like, oh, they're out soon. Gotta throw them in there. Like, I would have been good without those, but other than that, solid. Again, just not a lot for me. Like, Control, I'm 100% in on now. If that does make 2026 like they're talking and an investor stuff, sign me up. Didn't vibe with the first one. This one looks sick as hell.
Oh, you didn't like the original Control? What about this one? What about this one appeals to you that the first one didn't?
A lot of the gameplay, the gunplay in the first one didn't do it for me.
Okay.
I didn't like.
You're more melee focused.
Yeah, the melee combat.
Like this
could be flashy, could be more up. And the weirdness of this one is more appealing, I guess. Because Control 1 was weird, but this one,
yeah, for sure.
Jumping on the walls, being able to turn that with a click of a button. I think it was like left stick on the thing.
That was sick.
That was
pretty cool.
That opens up a lot of cool, neat things that they can play with. Across the board, I mean.
That's so funny that you said, because I'm the opposite. I didn't think that Dylan was terribly interesting, and I found Jesse to be a great protagonist, and I really liked. Forget the weapon has a title, which name escapes me, but I loved the Bureau. I thought Jesse was great. Dylan really didn't. Dylan was not what compelled me in that game. It kind of like was the Bureau, like you said, Jocko, like the weirdness of the service weapon. Thank you. But it was the exploring the Bureau is like what was so compelling to me. So then when we switched to a character that I didn't really care about, and we're just in like a generic city space, kind of, I was lower on it, but I actually needed this particular clip from the State of Play where something about him snapping to the wall. I was like, okay, we're still weird. Like, we're going to be fine. Like, that was really cool.
If I'm being honest, I could not have told you that he was in Control 1 at all. Like, that's that I played it after the fact too, like after the hype died down. So I was like in the know, but like a lot of the story didn't stick. So like, oh, cool, he's in the first one. That's fun.
Oh man, I can't wait for Control. I love the Remedyverse. I just beat Alan Wake 2 this year. They like have the whole trailer. They just had like the whole trailer in that game for Control Resident, like just a little edited for the first reveal of it. I was like, dang, that's crazy. The trailer for Resident came out, and then I got to that part in the game after, and I was like, whoa,
nice,
crazy.
Nice. Alan Wake 2 that's an all-timer.
I love it so much. It's would have been my game of the year last year, but it didn't come out last year, but definitely would have been number one.
Oh,
I love
it. Okay.
Yeah. But played Firebreak. I love Firebreak. It has a lot of.
Oh yeah, I didn't get to it. You liked it. Okay.
I think it's really good. Maybe not. But a lot of the systems they're doing, I see they showed off in Control Resident. A lot of the you make enemies wet and then you can electrify them and then they all shock and you put yourself wet so you don't catch on fire and it buffs you. There's a lot of that going on in Firebreak and you see that in Resonance. So I think that side of it is going to be really, really good. It's the build craft. It looks like they're doing they're letting you build craft with Dylan, and that could be really cool based off what you can do in Firebreak. So yeah, I'm hoping
to me, Remedy can do no wrong. So like, I'm still gonna play it, but it's like everything that Control was not, and so I feel like it's a big swing.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm gonna play it no matter what. Like I said, like I also obsessed with Alan Wake 2, so like I'm down. I'm just a little worried.
Yeah. Thematically though, Resonant, it makes sense. He's like flip of her, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, so Kyle, can I ask you then, like, because it seems both of you are pretty low on the state of play. Like, are there specific things that like what stood out to you guys then? Because I feel like I'm a lot higher on the state of play than both of you are.
Yeah. Definitely, I think for me, Marathon, as I'm scrolling.
Marathon.
But yeah, I don't have a PlayStation, so that's also part of it.
Sure.
Some of it is just like, okay.
I feel like they're sneaky though. Where like I think more things are probably multi-platform than you would realize. I think PlayStation in particular likes to do that, or like check out all this PlayStation stuff, and it's like 95% of it is not PlayStation stuff.
Yeah, they wouldn't say it's on it. They don't say Xbox. They're still that, and that's fine.
Yeah, very stingy.
They only say it. Yeah. But the new God of War remake trilogy, I never played those ones. I bought a PS4 to play the remake of it, and I played Ragnarok, Valhalla, did that his whole Norse saga. End of Valhalla, I'm in tears, man. I'll be honest, I'll pull up his monologue to himself and I'll listen to it. I'm like, fuck, man, you're right. I gotta be better. I gotta do it. You're right. Like it's just a good journey that they tell with him. And what are they doing with this remake trilogy? Is this in that style, redoing it in that way full? No, it's not.
No,
it's just like, all right, but I'm intrigued do they get it a little closer so someone who never played those games can go in and not feel so like, whoa, this is different? I don't know. Remake, that seems significant, and they're just starting it, or it's now starting development. So
that was a weird announcement to me, where they were talking about like it's early, so we can't show you anything. And to me, I was like, well, so what have you been doing this whole time?
The canceled multiplayer game?
But wasn't that was it Blue Point?
Yeah.
They were doing the God of War one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, or was that a collab? I mean, it could be a collaboration between the two of them, but I thought that's what Blue Point had been working on for years when Sony acquired them. So to me, I was like, and that was supposed to be the Atreus game. Is that right, Jaco? Maybe
that might have been two separate rumors, which is all gets weird because even like with the 2D one, I remember that not this past Game Awards, but the Game Awards before were supposed to be revealed. So where that timeline for their production stuff is whack. Okay. And that could be with PlayStation's live service restructuring, but
yeah. Yeah, the 2.5D one didn't really do anything for me. Kyle, similarly, I did not get into PlayStation until the end of the PS3's life cycle. But so then at that point, it was a nice time to get in because they had like collections of like PlayStation was at like the height of their power at the end of the PS3 and have only continued to skyrocket. But I had a collection of like God of War 1, 2, 3. I had Uncharted 1, 2, 3, Resistance, like all everything was already had like their classic banners on it, where you could get like you could group games for pretty cheap. So I was doing Infamous was another one. Like I just like flew through PlayStation's catalog towards the end of that life cycle. But man, that original God of War trilogy is so both in play style and themes, it's radically different from the Norse God of War games. And I feel like it could be really jarring for people that aren't familiar with those games, hoping to find more of what we've gotten 2019 and Ragnarok. I feel like it's a really hard break between those two. They use the same characters, but they do different things with them. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, on their blog post, they don't really say anything either. It's just we're remaking it. We're bringing back TC Carson to bring back Kratos.
Yeah, which is cool.
And it's just still early development. We ask for your patience. Yeah, so that won't be until the console, their next PS6. But yeah,
consider me impatient. They do not have my patience. I want to know what they've been doing this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, do you think? Yeah, I'm surprised. Do you think there's other stuff coming sooner than we think? More God of War? If they're shadow dropping a 2D God of War, no runway to it, right? Is there more later this year, or are they Gears remake, trilogy remake? Bye.
Man, I don't know if Santa Monica gives us anything else this year, but I really feel like owed is not the word that I want to use because gamers are not owed anything. I feel like that's dangerous to like feed into that, but like there's more, and I don't want to give like details away because like Ragnarok's a powerful game. I'm with you, but there's plenty more story to work with there. If it ends at 2, fine, but like there's real potential to do some really cool stuff, and I just want to see more from them. So consider me impatient.
I would like
they don't have my patience.
I would like more, but I think they even said like during the state play, like the getting closer to the end of the anniversary celebration for it, like this sounded like kind of a capstone thing. And at this point, even if there was, I don't know where it would, because the main Santa Monica game, whatever Barlog's working on, still there. Intergalactic's floating around. Like, unless it was trying to be like a PS6 launch, both the remakes there, do you put that against the remake situation? I don't know.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. And we're such in a weird spot for that too, where I really feel like their dev teams cannot afford to project based on when the PS6 is going to come out. Just like the way that RAM has gotten, that situation's gotten away from them, where like Steam's delaying their platform because prices are out of control. And plus tariffs and stuff, it's so unpredictable. Yeah. It's like I don't think studios should be trying to bank off of a console release right now.
And I don't think they will, because they double dipped anyways with releases. They released both PS4 and PS5, right? They did cross gen. That's what I was going to.
Yeah.
So I think if anything, they're just planning for that as well, and they just won't have that next SKU because the console's not here.
It'll be ready when it does come out.
That's true. Those are facts.
I'll pay the $10 for the upgrades. Yep, I'm that sucker.
Girl.
Maybe there's a chance, because that Coyote versus Acme thing came back. Maybe there's a chance. Just got to talk to James Gunn.
It honestly will just be in the background of a James Gunn movie. Just wait a minute. We're going to get the movie in 5-minute burst in the background of everything.
I love that. I hope that
honestly,
happens.
James Gunn, hit me up. I have a marketing idea.
I love that.
Anyways, Jocko, do you have anything specific in this that?
Yeah, there was a couple. Silent Hill Townfall. Shout out to that. I wish it was coming to Xbox. Eat my ass. Like,
that's an exclusive?
It's PlayStation, Steam, and Epic Game Store.
That's tough.
Wow.
That's tough. Yeah, I don't like that
we're
at all.
Still doing that.
Yeah.
Excited
this
for
one
that.
honestly looked interesting.
Yeah, it's different team than Silent Hill F. They are doing the thing where they're branching out. They announced this alongside F for like a year after, and there's one more. The name is escaping me. That's coming out next year. Like they had them teed up year after year. So excited for that. It seems to be a shorter experience, similar to Short Message, which was the free game demo that came out on PS5 2 years ago.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it seems to be more in line with that. So excited for that. That looks great. Galactic Racer. Badass. I'm not a big Star Wars guy. That looks cool as hell, though.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, what a showcase.
Pod Racing is so back. That trailer was so good. It did everything I needed.
Pod Racing mixed with Burnout gameplay is just, makes sense. That's what Pod Racing was in the movie. So it's just, and then add a story to it, a campaign, I'm all down. So yeah, I can't wait for it.
When they started doing the like slow motion crashes, I'm like, oh yeah, that's the sauce. That's what I needed.
It looked like Burnout.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks really good.
Yeah, that Mina the Hollower, I'm in on. I wish we got a date. It still doesn't have a date after being delayed from Halloween. Like,
That's
cool to
crazy.
see. I would have wanted solid release though.
Yeah. I'm surprised we're getting it this early though, because the statement they made in October when they delayed it was like, I wasn't expecting, a 6-month window. I was expecting a year plus, or like something bad happened to that studio. Like the way they put a statement out, I was like, what is going on with this game? Like it was very concerning to me. So I'm thrilled that they are feeling comfortable for it to come.
Yeah, I want to know what happened. Like there's some story behind that game that'll come out. O'Dwyer will do something a year after about what happened.
Yeah.
Beast of Reincarnation, again, I'm sold on that, but I was sold on that from the Xbox showcase.
I'm hoping that's like an Expedition 33. Obviously, I can't expect it to get there.
That's wild.
But it sat in the same spot for Xbox. They showed it. And, I'm just hoping that they can get a solid 8. I'm not saying Game of the Year winning 20, 30 awards across the industry. Yeah. I don't expect that. That's crazy to expect that from a game. Let's just get that. But I hope it's just a good quality. I hope that the developer direct continues that through line of the games they have are just solid, really, really good, because it just looks cool. I want to have a one dog, one guy adventure. Yes, please.
Yes.
That's cool. And the whole, the themes, the narrative of what they're going at seems interesting. And it's a Pokemon. It's made from Pokemon developers. That's
cool. I feel like Game Freak needs some good PR, because it just seems like they keep.
And it could whip Pokemon into shape too, right? Like, if this is good and but if people are like, that's awesome. And then sure, maybe not the next Pokemon Game Freak will be good, but it's like, hey, they made Beast of Reincarnation, that's good. Then they went back to Pokemon and that's mid. And then they did Beast of Reincarnation 2 and that's great. What's going on? Like Nintendo's going to be like, all right, we're mid now. So
I don't know. I feel like
thinking laughter 12.3 million sold to the bank. Then make another.
Yeah, I just think a lot of Nintendo gamers just do not care. They're just still gonna. We're and I say that like I'm a part of this group that I'm criticizing. Like every Pokemon game gets bought on day one. It just does. It's like one of my wife's favorite series. So, and like when ZA came out, she was so locked in on that game. I felt like I didn't need to play it anymore. Like I was just playing it vicariously through her. Like, so we're always getting Pokemon day one, and I'll complain for months that it ran like trash, but like still bought it, Scarlet and Violet. And I'll do it again. Scarlet and Violet, I played for like 10 hours before I was like, this is unplayable. But my wife beat the whole thing. And then I went back and tried it for a little bit with the Switch 2 update, and it runs great now. So hopefully they're on the right path now. Maybe the hardware helps a little bit, but
lessons have been learned, maybe.
Yeah, Game Freak's taken a lot of licks, deservedly so. So I do hope that they get to showcase something radically different. That's some good PR for them.
Give me the Pokemon in this art style, Beast and Reincarnation art style for Pokemon. Just
people are not ready for that.
That would be insane. It's like that's why it looks so bad, because everything was doing that game. Can you imagine? Like those Unreal 5 mods, that you see it like what Pokemon would look like.
It's basically the not copyright infringed Pal World.
Yeah.
It's like what you're describing to me. Yeah. It's like like legally acceptable world.
For me, that's about it, honestly, for hype stuff. But with the showcase overall, to me, I feel it was kind of a hint at where PlayStation's going and them accepting changing of the industry, which I could just be looking too deep into it. But to kick off your showcase with a multi-platform game, Marathon major presence, most of the stuff again being multi-platform releases, and even going into it like big leakers online saying they heard the God of War 2D thing was going to be a multi-platform release, like that doesn't come from nothing. I feel the tone is kind of slowly, very slowly shifting within PlayStation and realizing that, hey, status quo as normal, we can't sustain anymore, which I know a lot of people don't want to hear, fanboy stuff online, whatever. Spider-Man 2.
It's the best thing.
Yeah, Game of the Year contender. God of War, Game of the Year contender. Those studios still get hit with layoffs. They sell numbers. They do all this crazy shit. studios are still affecting because it's not meeting costs. Like, this showcase, hey, first game out, multi-platform, followed by DLC, followed by our PC port for Death Stranding. Like, that speaks volumes, I think, in a quiet space.
Yeah,
I love it.
I mean, and it's something they should be doing anyway. I don't think that, right? If the writing's on the wall for everyone, like money's it's not the user base ain't growing exponentially anymore. It's honestly shrinking. It's gonna stay the same and or shrink. So yeah, you got to be to change it up. I like it. They should. You know, I'm bummed. Death Stranding 2, no date for Xbox. Me and my wife beat it the last year or last year at this point. Really enjoyed it. Played it on Xbox. So waiting for the second one to go through that. But whatever. They rushed the PC. They rushed the PC port. You played it?
Yeah. It was I have a really bad habit of streaming games that take way too long to beat. And so I played Death Stranding on live for like what felt like 6 months because I put like 110 hours into it.
Wow.
But like, it's great. It's great. So whenever that port comes, it elevates the first game in every way, I think, but the story. I think I like the story of the first one a little better.
Yeah, see, that's everything I've heard, you know, and that's
existing where in that world is, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. And the one, it's honestly seemed like it was just a single game. The fact that they went back to it is really cool. So I wish I didn't know there was a second one. The ending of the first, I'm like, all right, I would have been a mess, especially with, you know, daughter. Like, I would have been a mess with the baby at the end. But luckily, I knew there's a second game.
Yeah. I like the ending of that first one because I feel like it's very open to interpretation. I didn't think they would go the way they went with 2. So I'm excited. I'll look forward to hearing your thoughts whenever it does eventually get to Xbox. Because especially because when I started playing that is when, you know, like you would have had, your daughter would have been around 1. Like I mean, my son was only a couple months old, and it still takes those themes really really seriously, really dramatically. So I'll look forward to your thoughts when that port's over.
Yeah, no, when that trailer hit and the little baby hand, I was like, oh no. And every day my daughter gets older and she's less of that baby, I'm like, oh no. Yeah. It's gonna hit. So it'll be a fun, me and my wife will have a fun playthrough of that.
Yeah, good. I look forward to it.
I do want to talk about 007 first. Like, I think this trailer, I haven't been hot on the game, but what they showed off, this finally got me into it. I think we've talked, Jocko. It's all over the place. Their marketing. We're here at Xbox, and it's a car. What they showed was that was not good. Like what they showed another showcase was just a little like, oh, that was it, or weird. I felt weird about it, but this one got me. It showed me what I needed to see about it. Specifically, I want to read the paragraph from the blog post. I think it kind of what I'm going for perfectly. The game combines focused, narrative-driven segments of gameplay with more open areas that offer players greater freedom in how they approach objectives, encouraging the creativity and player agency that has been synonymous with IO interactive games. I'm not a Hitman player. I haven't played the games, but I know like an open area to go do the mission, do what you need to do, how you need to do it, how you want to do it. And that was my big question. How are they going to do that? And the trailer showed it off. They're talking about it in a blog post. That's what I want. These narrative moments, a linear type thing, a James Bond movie, Mission Impossible style set pieces. And then we get into like, all right, now be James Bond at the casino. You have XYZ to go do. Now go do it. Right. And it seems like that's what they're doing. And I'm kind of more intrigued on picking this up where I was not at all before this one.
I feel like the last time we got to see really good gameplay from it was another State of Play. I think last year there was one that was dedicated to showing off First Light. And that was when I was super bought in. Because to me, not played a ton of Hitman, but I have played Hitman. And to me, it gives you the variations of Hitman with something that almost feels like Uncharted. It's like if you mashed Nathan Drake and Hitman together, you get this 007 game, and to me that just sounds so freaking cool. It's almost like the opportunity to do things wrong And because you're James Bond, you have to like figure it out. Combining those two things is just, it's really, really appealing to me. It was probably like a top 3 anticipated game for me this year.
Oh, wow.
It'd be like Resident Evil, 007, GTA 6. Like it's really up there for me.
Oh, that's a trio right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having a through line between each of the missions would be what gets me, because I'm just not, the idea of Hitman just never grabbed me. And I think I am just a story person. And I'm halfway through Skyfall right now, casually as I fall asleep at night. But watching those, I'm like, man, maybe I give this game a try. So, Jocko, anything on 007? Tickle you in any way?
Not, Dan, I'm a bad movie guy. I've not seen a single James Bond movie outside the most recent. So immediately out. I will say I'm agreeing this was probably the best showing of it for me. And I'm honestly more excited for it now than I was for Indiana Jones going in. Another movie series I've not seen a single one of. So source material aside, gameplay wise, this looks more my alley than what Indiana Jones was. Like just the more action stuff. I was old Hitman player, not iOS stuff yet, but want to dive into them. Just need to find time. But I think this will firmly fall into a house money like situation when it comes out, because it's not day one. I need to be there for me right now.
I am more with Kyle, where it's like the idea of replayability is not super appealing to me, and I feel like that is kind of like the point of Hitman. It's like, okay, you have this target, but you have 15 different ways that you can play this map again to like have different things, and it's like the story is always what gets me through. Like, I never replay a game. I will play Death Stranding 2 for 110 hours to make sure that I checked every box when credits roll, and then I do not touch it again. Yep. So I've played the Hitman games because I think they look cool, but they don't keep my attention because the gameplay loop is different than what I normally look for. But this looks to correct that. So looking forward to it.
And to performance-wise, this was probably the better showing for it. I remember I think it was the card presentation from Xbox where it was like
that Xbox one
visually laggy on the trailer. I'm like, good. What's going on? Like, this not looked good. Very smooth, and obviously a newer build closer to release, but
Jocko, I managed a movie theater for about 7 years, so it hurts my heart to say that you've never seen a James Bond or a Indiana Jones movie.
Literally real life people give me shit. You could list off the top 100 movies of all time. I've maybe seen like 10. New stuff, I'm good. Old stuff, no.
Okay. Yeah. I do miss going to movies. That's the one thing. Having a 10-month-old, it takes all of your movie theater opportunities away. Because even when I wasn't working there, we'd still try to go at least once a month. But we'll get back to it. We'll just make the kid love movies.
Exactly. Me and my wife just got Disney Plus again to catch up on some Marvel stuff and do some of the kid stuff for the kid again. And we were just like, man, it's been a while since we've been in the movies. Like, we can't. Like, it's been years now, and we live right next to one, so we just have to go alone. So there's nothing coming out that has grabbed me. But either way,
last thing we saw, my mother-in-law watched our son for us so that we could go see Avatar, and I was disappointed. And that's a long movie to be disappointed.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
so it's mostly streaming movies late when little man goes to sleep.
Yeah. Project Windless.
Oh, that's the chicken game.
The chicken game.
Yeah, I know, and we are just jumping around, and we'll just keep going with that.
Yeah.
I like it, but I'm scrolling. Yeah, Project Windless was another one that I need to talk about this. I want to get y'all's opinion on what your opinion on this game, Project Windless, a dark fantasy open world action RPG inspired by a Korean novel. It's giant chicken fighting things.
I'm
not super high on this one, so I'll let Jocko go.
I'm interested. I love that they did the inspired by a novel. Girlfriend was sitting next to me. I was like, "Oh, have you read that?" Thinking it was some like current time hot thing. And then the chicken showed up. I was like, "Oh, you definitely have not read that. Never mind. Forget I asked." I'm interested in a weird way of this looks cool, but it also looks like a Black Myth Wukong situation. where they're
exactly what I thought.
relying very heavily on how it looks. And we talk about it a lot here, the Unreal Engine 5ification of things for me. Like everything just ends up looking very generic and unmemorable to a point that I don't really care. But the chicken could do it. Maybe. I hope it's not a Souls-like style because I'll immediately be out, but like it looks interesting. It'll be the weird niche thing for the next year or two where everyone will be like, oh yeah, that chicken game got a new trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that's what it's going to be known
I
by.
thought Wukong was going to be niche, and that thing sold tens of millions. So
in a sequel,
people could be looking for that. Oh, is it getting a sequel?
Yeah, they
Wow.
Black Myth Zhang Kui.
Oh, okay.
I think it was that Game Awards. It was Showcase, one of the Keeley events they showed off last year or the year before.
Okay. Wow. So there's an audience for it.
But yeah, the way they talked about it in like the trailer, it reminds me almost of a Muso game, like Dynasty Warriors. Like they straight up like you're fighting tens, hundreds of people at once. Like if it's that mindless sort of button mashy, just go ham and do wild shit for 20 minutes for a level. Cool. I'm in. That's dope. Shut my brain off at night.
I would say that's definitely what it looked like to me. This just looked, I was in and then immediately fell out pretty quickly. I was like, man, Jocko's ruined me calling things Unreal Engine 5. You know, now I see it, I think. I don't know. I couldn't find if this was Unreal 5.
Yeah.
But it just was like, oh, we don't have a game yet. We have an idea. Help us. Here's our project. Here's an announcement of something we're making. So I was like, we'll see if it turns into that. I was like, oh, man. It definitely seems more Dynasty Warriors. I think you're right with that. It'd be crazy if it was not.
It looks like Wukong and like, yeah, maybe plays like Dynasty Warriors.
Yeah, I guess they do call it an open world action RPG. So, but instead of just more one-on-ones, it's mass amounts of people. You know, adding that Dynasty Warriors combat into a more single player like action RPG could be something.
I honestly would prefer that because like I really like Muso games and I still need to go back and play most recent Hyrule Warriors because I love how they've been tying those stories into like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Like that's a huge hook for me. But Muso games always have a time limit on them essentially because like the other army is actively working on objectives that you also need to be working on, and anytime there's a time limit on a game I really struggle with it mentally. It like stresses me out unnecessarily where it's like I never played Majora's Mask for longer than like an hour growing up because the clock like slowly going like you've got 3 days before the moon crashes into everything like immediately gave me some sort of have like permanent childhood trauma from that where like any game where it's like I have to complete an objective within a certain time because something else is happening, it's just like too stressful for me. So but I like how they play, so like a single player paced I guess game with Muso combat would be appealing, but we'll see. I'm not super high on that one. I
think a lot of it comes down to the dev team, which isn't, I mean, it's a dumb thing to say, but it's Crafton. Power World Mobile, they're the ones who picked up Subnautica 2 after all their stuff going on. They have that super anime, like Korean Sims ripoff Inzoi that was announced like 2 years ago at Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
And they're the ones who just picked up the Hi-Fi Rush IP when all that went down. Like, it's a weird studio to be like, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
Take us seriously with chicken.
Yeah. Maybe they don't want to be taken seriously with the chicken.
Yeah,
maybe they lean in on that. Like,
can I get outfits for my chicken that look like other animals?
The Family Guy skin that makes it just the chicken from
Yes.
Family Guy.
Yeah. Can I get a Chicken Little outfit as a pre-order bonus?
The one from the movie, he's all buff. Man, Chicken Little, what a movie.
Is that in your catalog, Jocko? Have you seen that one?
I have, actually. I have.
Okay, nice.
Hell yeah. That one's honestly more important than the entire Indiana Jones catalog.
He's also a major player in Kingdom Hearts 2, if you need to know. So he's lore accurate.
Wait, is that true?
Yeah, he's the first summon you get in Kingdom Hearts 2. He's running around throwing
funny.
baseballs.
I did not know that. That's so funny.
Man, Kingdom Hearts.
I only played the first one. I did that. I thought you were BSing. That's great.
Very first summon you get.
Fantastic.
Can we shout out? We talked about Highguard earlier. We talked about Concord earlier. We talk about this year's Concord.
Come on, don't do that.
With Forward Loop. Because this game, yes. I am shocked that it's still got another release.
Yeah.
Forward Loop, it's coming out of Bad Robot Games. Didn't realize that was a thing. You know, I was like, oh, sick. I vaguely remember that was a studio.
I think that's their first game.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's why I didn't remember that.
I think. I'll Google that.
We'll look. Yeah. But yeah, it's a 4-player co-op shooter, and it looked generic, and I was like, man, that's unfortunate. Like, did you see anything in it that you were like interesting? It was like, I'll be honest, I turned my brain off, so I kind of looked away, didn't watch this one, really focused on it.
Not really.
It's
it
just
was
one
a
of those.
flashback of like, I remember this from the last state of play, and it feels like,
oh really?
It feels like PlayStation's pushing this out. Like, this is the last closest to release remnant of the live service push to a point where we'll just take the hit and make what we can.
That's
but I also think the person who was on talking about it, I want to say is like Call of Duty lead or like a big name behind. So I feel like that's part of the reason they're pushing it too.
Okay.
I'm trying to find who.
I did double check, Kyle. This is their first game.
Okay.
It's the only thing on their website. And yeah, so, with Jocko, they showed it off the first time. Didn't appeal to me. This time it didn't appeal to me either, fortunately.
I don't remember the first time they showed it. So this is the first time for me.
You
get a little bit of a pass on a first game, but it doesn't help you when you get showing, you know, like you can have a weird trailer, but it's more because I think the boss
PlayStation show off, you know, I think that's the part that makes me nervous, I guess.
Yeah, I thought the end stuff with the boss and the mechanics, that was interesting. A little bit of Returnal, a little bit of raid mechanics from a multitude of games, but I think that could be something, but you gotta get people in.
Yeah.
Built for replayability, so it's doing that type of thing. It could find a niche thing if it keeps it going.
Yeah, I mean, we already talked about it at the beginning.
Yeah, I know.
That space is so fickle. It's so fickle. So we'll see what happens.
It was Mike Booth, lead designer for Left 4 Dead, who then went on to do Evolve and Back 4 Blood. So this is post Back 4 Blood, which was in a weird situation trying to recapture that gameplay style. So.
Yeah, Evolve never really took off either, right? No. Evolve seemed cool, but it didn't seem like it took off.
That was that weird like esports thing where like they showcased it with like a shoutcaster talking about the match and what was happening. Really? Yeah, they had someone like, oh, they're chasing the monster through this cavern, and they picked up this ability, and see if that helps them narrow it down. Like they were treating it like it was gonna be a major thing.
It did. It looked really cool, but yeah, it just didn't sound like it ever took off.
I think out of that, we didn't talk Saros.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd talk about Saros, and I was hoping you'd talk about Neva. Those are like the last two.
Yeah, I played Returnal, really loved it. Never got around to beating it, and I don't have a PlayStation, so I can't do that. But the fact that Saros is getting campaign or a story on top of it fully acted, I think they're doing full mocap and everything, and such. It's just that's awesome. That is what you would want from a sequel, even though it's like not a direct sequel that we know of.
Spiritual successor.
Who knows? It could tie in at the end. You're like, oh my god, we're all with Returnal.
For sure.
Would not surprise me.
We all returned.
Yeah. Sorry. Nope. Move on. Didn't work. But yeah, it showed it's doing everything right for me. What are yours, guys? What are your opinion, Dan? How are you feeling about Saros?
I'm with you. I loved Returnal, even though I didn't get terribly far in it. I got to like the third biome. I think there's 5. The game is hard. Like Returnal is just a hard game, but the world, the ambiance is so compelling. The gameplay is so satisfying. So if you I did struggle with the isolation in the story. So like I love that it's Raul Coley, like he's surrounded by a crew, like it just immediately makes the story more interactive. And like in the state of play they showed like a skill tree that I don't recall there being anything like that with Returnal. So a little bit more RPG elements and then a broader story because there's just more characters involved in it. Like you said, Kyle, like that's the evolution that I wanted to see in a sequel. So they're really just delivering on my expectations, which is a nice surprise in the video game space.
Yeah, they have good updates to like quality of life, like fast travel to the biome you want to get, when you're certain things.
Yeah, that sucked in Returnal.
Yeah,
that was a pain.
Yeah, I didn't do too much of that. That's when I started to fall off, But yeah,
that's like getting to the third biome. It's like, man, you're really gonna make me go through these first two again. I could barely get through that without the boss. Like, tough.
I love the eclipse mechanic that they're doing. You trigger the eclipse and it makes I think all the enemies corrupted is what they said. At least the projectiles become corrupted in some way. That's really cool. Seeing the logo art that we've seen, it's a giant eclipse in the background. It's like that's a mechanic in the game where you're transitioning the whole zone back and forth, or not back and forth, but to that thing. That's cool. Fun little addition there. So excited to watch this. Won't play it on PC. My PC can't. So something I'll skip and eventually maybe get to down and but looks really, really cool. Hopefully it lands. I'm hoping so. Expecting it to. Or Jocko, did you have anything on Saros? I know I don't think you touched Returnal much, right?
I did a little bit. I got through the first two biomes. I don't think I cleared it, but similar, like, hard-ass game beat me down to a point I didn't want to return. Like, it wasn't a satisfying journey for me to keep going back. This one, I'm hoping the quality of life stuff is enough. Like, being able to have weapons carry over if you find something you like through death. Skill tree, being able to tweak difficulty stuff like that may do it for me. So I'm cautiously optimistic. Bullet hell stuff in general, not really it. Like, it's got to be really specific to get me in and coming back. As far as like roguelike elements. So hopefully with what they're adding is that little extra push for welcoming new players in and helping out people that are sweating their ass off 24/7, trying to enjoy a little game.
Yeah, like that. All right, Dan, would you like to tell us about Neva? I have never played it. Didn't want to, but it's just, brain wouldn't let me skip that over.
I refuse because I don't want to cry.
Neva prologue.
Yeah, so Neva is one. Well, you talked about like Death Stranding making you cry last year. Neva made me, which was awful, but it made me cry on stream, which was
nice.
Yeah, and like literally as the game is rolling credits, somebody's rating, like they rated out to me, and I'm actively crying. I'm like, I'm sorry, like thank you, but like the stream's done. I'm like a mess. It's a man, it's a really powerful game, and the art direction is beautiful. The combat scales in a way that really surprised me because it's a simple game, but every time that you get to the next level, combat just gets a little bit more complex to like by the time that you're at the end, it's challenging and in a satisfying way. And it's just, that studio just has something really, I'm kind of like tearing up thinking about this game again, to be honest with you. Yeah. It's like, it's really powerful. It's really, really good.
It's on my list. It's on my list now. You're talking about it and, talking about other games we played that made me emotional. It's like, oh, wait, how have I not played this?
Yeah. And like when you were talking about with Beast of Reincarnation, like you want that protagonist and
the dog,
man's best friend. Yeah. Like it is that. And I won't give you spoilers on it, but I'm getting chills, man. That game is really special. I can highly recommend that. And I'm loving the game opens with the protagonist being grown. And so the prologue sounds like it's they're growing up before you get to like the opening of Neva. So knowing how that story plays out, I'm really looking forward to going back to it.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. What are they about to contextualize and add to it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
it's $3, I think. Prologue is. Like,
oh, really?
easy swipe. Swiping the card. Easy.
Yeah, it's not like every platform, the first one, so.
I
Easy.
distinctly remember Neva coming out, and it was just a few months after I had to put my dog down of 17 years. And I'm like, I don't even want to. I've avoided that like the plague. And even when it came up, I was like, nope, don't even want to look, don't want to be involved. I don't want to be tempted. Because I remember the conversation around that game.
Maybe try Greece. That's their first game.
Okay.
That I don't believe has any animals in it, but I haven't played it. So don't hold me to that. If it destroys you, I'm very sorry.
Very easy. I was crying over Keeper last year. I had a big baby.
I didn't play Keeper. I want to someday. I didn't expect that to be a tearjerker. I want to ask questions, but I don't want to spoil it for me.
Got a lighthouse and a bird.
Okay.
Like a boy and a dog, it's a lighthouse and a bird.
That's crazy. Everything just needs two.
Dangerous combo.
Yeah. Real quick, server test for Marathon. I thought Marathon had a great showing. Server test February 26th to March 2nd. I mean, right up until release day on March 5th. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's doing. Great voice cast. Trailer had Jennifer English. She's game of the year. So this is game of the year. You can make a prediction just because she's in it, which is be silly. But I'm really intrigued. I think I've played the open beta in April and I've touched it. And I'm just really excited to see a new Bungie IP. It's based off an old one, but it's nothing like it. This is a new first-person Bungie shooter in 2026. I'm so excited for it. And I know Jocko's the shooter thing. How are you with shooters? Extraction? Did you touch Arc?
Extraction shooters specifically don't appeal to me a ton. I have played some Arc Raiders. I do enjoy Arc Raiders. Like Tarkov does not interest me whatsoever. My brother is super into Tarkov, and actually both of my brothers are very into extraction shooters, just different ones. I've got one brother that has like hundreds of ducks in Arc Raiders, and I don't know what that means other than he like plays a lot of Arc Raiders. And then the other one is very, very hardcore Tarkov, and it doesn't appeal to me a ton. I feel like I played both alpha play tests. I got in on those, and I feel like I have an NDA for those, so I feel like I can't speak a lot about them.
If we're talking about the open April test that was available to be streamed publicly, then
not that one.
Then
okay, but that's good.
Then nothing else. Yeah, I
but
only
it's just
the April test that was public to everyone.
Okay. Yeah, it's Bungie's excellence in art design, but I wasn't terribly impressed with I guess I could just talk about the April stuff then. Like their art team is just world class. They're just one of one on crafting a world visually, audio. Like you said, the voice cast is incredible. Like they know how to capture you that way. But I was really frustrated with the gameplay in it. I felt like the time to kill was 0, where there's just like combat's not responsive. Like I didn't feel like I had an opportunity to react to the world, and that could be players, and that could be the NPCs. The robots are so hard. Why are they so hard? Like it was more often than not, I was dying to the NPCs because they were so aggressive and they respawn quickly too. So,
oh my gosh.
I only hope for Bungie's success. I absolutely adore Bungie. The Halo trilogy is some of the best gaming ever. Like, plus Reach. I love Halo Reach. I don't want to ignore that. I think Reach is still Bungie.
That was the last one.
So, like, Bungie is incredible. I love Destiny 2. I have hundreds of hours in Destiny 2, specifically the Witch Queen expansion. Hundreds and hundreds of hours in the Witch Queen. So, like, I only wish for Bungie's success, but Marathon also being paid, it's probably going to pass me by, unfortunately.
I had all those issues with it, and I no longer do with more time in it.
Okay. Exciting.
So and again, it's them touching it up, but yeah, I think enemy difficulty is so it encourages you not to just follow other players and hunt them down in every match, right? It's like the balance is getting there. So excited to get our hands on it. Free 26, so maybe we'll see you in there. But anything else from y'all? on the state
Let me
of play?
check. Oh my God, the John Wick game.
Oh yes.
Do we have any hype in here for John Wick? Love John Wick. Jacko, have you seen
Love
John Wick
John Wick.
movies?
I've
Oh, yeah,
seen
Jocko,
I've
where
seen
you
2 and
at?
3. I haven't seen the first one.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Were they?
You're
I
missing
mean-
4 too. You're missing the beginning and the end.
Is there a 4? Okay.
There's the 4th.
You know what? I've seen the first one. I know why you didn't watch it though.
Oh,
Skip the first one?
Yep, skip the
Yeah,
first one.
skip
Don't
the
watch
first one.
it. Yep.
Easy.
Yeah, just watch. Yep, just watch the 4th one.
Don't even
Yep.
gonna ask
Yeah,
you
or
twice.
skip
It's really
like-
good.
Just skip 20 minutes in and then have someone tell you.
Yeah. Yep.
That's so funny. That's so
Oh, that was a
funny.
good catch, Kyle. I was like, oh, never mind.
Man, full circle, my man. That's great. You could probably assume what happens very
Yeah.
quickly. Love John. But yeah, the game. I mean, what we were all. Who else was thinking this is from the Sifu, the Rematch developers? That
Yeah.
makes so much sense. But
Yeah.
no, it's not. It's from what? Slow Clap? Or am I?
It's Saber.
Is that actually? No,
Saber's
Thank
developer
you.
and
Thank you.
I was gonna
Publisher.
say, I said Slow Clap. I think is the seafood dev team.
Yeah.
I know.
Right.
I said it. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
wait
yeah.
a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Saber Interactive. So this looks really cool. I don't think we saw much gameplay out of it. So it's a lot
No.
of just, all right. I mean, it's John Wick beating up people, but I think in engine, it looks really cool. So
Yeah,
Good to see
two
the
other
Baba
things
Yaga.
really stood out to me. Yeah, of course. 2 things that stood out to me was that Keanu was reprising the role, which is incredible. But they're also working with the film director for the game too. So it gives me a lot of hope. Like the director's super cool, like a long-time Hollywood stuntman before he was a director. And I feel like that combination plus Keanu being able to go all in on like tactical training to really become John Wick. Like I like that those two stay involved with whatever they've branched out with John Wick, you know.
yeah, and it's in universe, in lore. It's expanding on it. That's
Really cool.
I missed that. So that's really cool.
Yeah, huge fan.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I think
that
that's all I got.
developers got me worried though. Like Saber proper.
What else are they doing? Let me see.
Snow Runner, World War Z,
Okay.
Mud
Yeah.
Runner,
Okay. I know what
the
they are
Evil
now.
Dead game. Like they did Space Marine 2, which was good. They hoped with that.
Oh,
But,
Space
like-
Marine 2 rules. I love that game.
Yeah, like that's the part I'm like, maybe they pull it off, but I'm more cautious about it. Just off
Yeah.
track record. And the Jurassic Park game. Oh, Kyle just disconnected.
Oh,
Hello.
He's there. Camera's gone.
All right. I saw. I paused for a second. I was like, oh. There we go.
Welcome back
Sorry about that. I'm back.
to California.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm organizing my life now. All my screens moved too. So. But yeah, is there anything else on with state of play that y'all want to talk and highlight? I think that's it for me, really.
That's it for me.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Happy
I mean,
anniversary,
excellent state of
Vietnam.
play. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was cute. I'm not a huge Rayman person, but like that was a nice touch, especially like the kind of like the game dev experience that it seems like they have in there.
Mhm.
Like you kind of get a look in how the sausage is made. That was neat.
All right. Well, that was an excellent state of play. We'll see when probably get another one around summer. I don't think we get a showcase. I think they're done with showcases until it's time
Yeah.
to go all out and show it up. Just especially with the state of everything, the state of things. Don't make a big push for anything right now. It just
Yeah.
makes the most sense.
It almost feels like, and I know Xbox is actively working on console, but I feel like Xbox and PlayStation both should be pretty quiet about. I think new console announcements are going to be reacted to really poorly right now, just with like just financial situations for everybody. I think finances are just so tense. Tariffs and AI make that even worse, where I just feel like most people still have a lot of years in their current console. I think the Switch 2 needed to happen. I don't think a new Xbox and a new PlayStation need to happen right now. So yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. I think we're just getting into the tech too with like DLSS and that
Yeah.
AI doing the frame gen stuff. And like,
Mhm.
if Xbox and the current gen can do that to a degree, then we're fine. But if that's like a hiccup, I could see that being a driving force to get a new console.
I
But
don't
yeah,
think the
price,
Xbox
like,
can.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
The PS5 Pro can, but not the PS5. So that's a good point.
Yeah, yeah,
So
and then we know
they may force it out then.
Yeah, and then they already said premium for Xbox. It's the 25th. I wonder what that is, but of course, yeah, that's a whole other conversation there.
Yeah. I honestly, man, I hope they don't do it because Xbox, if all of these games hit, they're about to have a legendary year. Doing Fable, Forza, and Gears and Halo. Like I just want them to have a year without bad press.
Yeah,
and I feel like whatever that console's price is going to be, it's not going to be good press.
I was saying that's too much good news for Xbox. Microsoft has to go step in and say, no. Remember, you need to make 30% more across the board. Make sure you tell everyone their price, guys. And that's just what it is. Daddy Microsoft. But we're talking about state of play. We're shitting on Xbox. We're not like that. That's not what
we're just every other PlayStation influencer
now.
No,
that's all we're doing.
I've got over 100,000 gamer score. I'll take a screenshot. I'm ready to wave that Xbox flag. I'm happy to do so.
Yeah, I think it's the Xbox that are the most like negative because we're like, come on, like stop shooting yourself in the foot.
No. Yeah, no, I'm saying I want a good year for Xbox.
Exactly. But yeah, good state of play. We'll see next. I think with that we'll wrap up right here. Go check out the Dice Wars. We're going to talk briefly about that, but nothing too crazy there. But yeah, I think that's that. Yeah. Thank you, Dan, for joining us again.
Great.
This was a very good time talking to you. Great getting more opinions and thoughts about stuff going on and just having a good time. Really good time. Do you want to plug any of your stuff? What's coming up? What you want to have people go check out?
Yeah. So you can find me everywhere at The Dan Good Show. I locked it down everywhere. If you happen to find it somewhere that I didn't, please let me know. I will lock it down immediately. But I feel pretty good about that. You can find me everywhere at The Dan Good Show. The thing that I will direct you to is probably going to be, you mentioned it at the top, I got to review Romeo's the Dead Man, Suda51's latest title. I'm most excited to get that review key out of like anything that I've done. That's like the first time that I've gotten into like the AA space, which is really exciting for me. So you can check that out on YouTube. That's also where I make my Games to Watch series is on YouTube, but I take clips of it and I share it out on all tools. So if short form stuff is more your thing, I clip it up for you. So that's on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, all that stuff. But yeah.
Thank you again. Yeah, please go give a follow across all the stuff to help those algorithms and stuff get what they need to be fed the insatiable hunger they desire.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, Jocko, you got anything going on this week you want to talk about?
Yeah, we're streaming more Warcraft this weekend. Still getting in on midnight, waiting for the expansion to come out. And we're also taking the beginning steps of becoming a purely Overwatch podcast because goddamn, am I back in Overwatch. Having a blast. We played the other night.
I want to get back in. It looks cool.
Fundamentally have not changed what the game is, but there's enough new shiny things there to keep my ADHD brain going. And boy, new tank hero Domina, be expecting some highlight clips on TikTok. She is broke and I will enjoy it until she's nerfed to the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was getting just manhandled by a Domina before the pod.
So what are you guys do you normally fill the tank role, Jacko?
Tank and healers. I haven't new healers, the cat and Mizuki don't do it for me. But Domina, my guy. Every game, 10, 12k damage mitigated, 8,000, 9,000 damage done, like just messing up. We're hopping in ranked, like I'm taking it serious for a little bit.
Oh, wow. Nice. Yeah, I definitely want to hop into this Overwatch update. It looks very impressive. I played Overwatch for a while back in the day. I loved playing Winston for tank. Brigitte, I love as a healer. That was one where it was like kind of like how you're describing your stats there, Jacko. It's like that's what I was doing with Brigitte.
Yep. That's how it was with my Moira for healing. Moira was my main healer. And she's still just I can't pull away for the cat when she's still there.
What about you, Kyle? What are you playing?
Are we talking Overwatch specifically?
We're talking Overwatch specifically.
Yeah. Like like your role or like heroes that you like to play.
Yeah, I've been going mostly with support, Baptiste, and trying the new healer guy with the hat. Really like honestly Baptiste because I'm able to do damage and then drop off some heals. I'm matching the other healer like a Mercy a lot. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm healing, baby. And then doing Ash for damage. I like the.
Oh yeah, love Ash.
I missed some bad shots. I had a game of the play of the game, and the Bob got all the kills for me, and I shot all around the enemies, and I'm like,
Nice.
Jesus,
Nice.
that's not good.
Bob is so clutch.
But anyways, it's so clutch. He got 4 kills for me. I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great time with that. My internet's being weird, so I don't want to test it too much longer. I apologize.
Okay. No, it's okay.
But yeah, so we'll be streaming Overwatch, Jocko and I, and Dan, if you want to join us, please shoot an invite. You get you in a couple rounds or anyone. But yeah, we'll be doing that. We do podcast we'll be back probably the Saturday next week. So we'll record once a week on the download queue at twitch.tv, and that's what we do there. So thanks for checking us out. Be kind to each other. Please be safe and protect each other.
Yeah. Shout out Minneapolis, finally chilling down.
Yeah.
Till next time.
Yeah, for now.